Yeah, Will, April 29th, day 41 on the Elk River, Northwest Territories. It's quite a day today. Woke up, snow was blowing through the vent of the tent, and there's strong southwest winds, but a little bit of sun. I thought maybe it might be a thaw coming. It was 20 degrees. And then by the time I packed up and that, the wind intensified. I was traveling east for the first 4 or 5 miles, so I had a tailwind, but the snow continued, the sun disappeared, and got into whiteout conditions, and then I got into really bad whiteout. Couldn't see anything at all. I had to sit for about half an hour to kind of wait for the snow to lift so I could see anything at all. And then I traveled on. Then my route went to the north, and just like yesterday, as I changed my route to the north, the wind shifted to the north. This time the wind was really cold and very strong, and blowing. It was blowing the snow that had fallen, and the visibility was really poor. And there is a problem. Well, of course, there's this running water, and I'm traveling on ice, and when you're whiteout conditions, you can't read the ice because you can't see anything. But I do read the ice by the terrain. And but there's problems when I'm traveling in those rivers and then lakes and rivers, and especially where the lake goes into the river, where there's the inlet where the river starts. In this whiteout conditions, it's almost utterly impossible to see where the inlet is, and you don't want to be traveling skiing on the inlet because that's where the bad ice is. So I use the GPS. I've got a Garmin InReach Plus. It's a really great instrument, although you can't read the map very well in the whiteout conditions. But I use the map a lot, almost like radar. Without that, I wouldn't be able to travel at all. But my safety depends on that because I can tell exactly where I'm at. I use the GPS to detect some of this. A lot of it I can read by the shoreline and so forth, where the current's at, so I travel that way. Around noon, I was going to take a noon break, and it was just horrible weather, the whiteout, snow accumulating, flowing, and I was considering pitching tent, maybe calling it a day. I didn't want to do that, but I didn't know how I'd get the tent up in that strong winds, and it wasn't very appealing, the thought of waiting out a storm day in a cold, damp tent. So I kind of tabled that idea and just pushed on. And the wind got stronger and the temperature got colder. But this was good because eventually the sky started breaking. And then around the afternoon, later afternoon, it cleared off. The wind was the same, but it was actually quite a beautiful day. Wind chills were really bad. These blowing ground clouds were really pretty. But then eventually the wind loosened up a little bit, and late afternoon, I had really great energy. I did an 11-hour day, and the wind let up a little bit, and I ended up making camp, kind of a leeway of a moraine. Gave me a little bit of protection, but the wind did die down. It was just like this beautiful evening. All of a sudden, it was clear. When I went in the tent this afternoon, or this evening, it was 2 degrees, so it's going to be a cold night tonight, probably 15 below, maybe a little bit colder, which is pretty cold for end of April here in the Barrens. So the wind worked in my favor. It kind of blew the snow. If I do get a ever-waiting thaw here, it's really going to help me out. The snow accumulated in 6 to 8 inches, but it kind of just leveled it all out. So anyways, I really had a good day, good energy, really strong. Came in at the end of it really feeling good. So, hoping for a clear day today. It'll be my last day on the Elk River. There's the Granite Falls, which is one of the notary falls in the Barrens area. I've got that tomorrow to look forward to, and I'll actually be on the Elk River tomorrow. So there's Will here in the tent. The stove's going, sun's out, and sun's starting to set, and I'll check out. Over and out.